What is up, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? We are finally back with part 3 of the Reckless Ben and Bricks and Minifigs Lego scandal. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, I highly encourage you to check them out before jumping into this one. So let's jump right into this one, guys.
About to go to court, and I don't even know what I did wrong. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs is making up tons of lies about me to the police to try to get me thrown in jail so I can't release my documentary about them. But the crazy part is I'm not even allowed to know what they're saying I did. Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court, so I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator to animate over it. Right now, I kind of don't even know what I'm being charged for because all of the body cam footage has been redacted, and they say it's to protect the victims. However, I think there are some redactions that maybe don't make sense and that weren't to protect the victims, and there's some things being said about me that are redacted that I don't know about.
I do have some concern in this case with the defendant representing himself. The allegations here relate to the fact that the defendant he's a person he's a YouTuber, creates videos, publishes them online, and has been, if this defendant were to represent himself and we were to provide body cams and discovery, we would be now providing additional information and fodder for this defendant to create videos from which he could profit by placing them on YouTube at the expense of our victim. I have serious concerns for that.
Yeah, the state of Utah is claiming that if they tell me what I'm being accused of, then I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel. And they can't have that. They're arguing to the judge that the best thing to do is to not let me know what's being said about me, which is very strange, but that's their argument. And just in case you haven't been following along with this whole Lego story, this is all happening because I stepped in to help a family who got their Lego collection stolen from a company called Bricks and Minifigs. And for the last couple months, this company's been doing whatever they can to get me arrested so they can keep all the Legos for themselves. And this isn't even just me speculating. One of their own employees literally told us what their plan was.
I got a call from my boss, and it was like, how do we get them arrested?
Dang.
How do we get them arrested?
But eventually, Bricks and Minifigs found out that I'm not just some random kid. I'm actually a YouTuber making a documentary on the entire scandal.
So the YouTube guy is named Reckless Ben. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah, this is when things really started getting crazy. Bricks and Minifigs went into ultimate defense mode and was going to do whatever it takes to prevent this documentary from coming out. First, the police got a call saying I had heroin on me.
This officer is going to conduct the search of your person because you have substances in the vehicle. Really?
And obviously, they found nothing. But then they got a call saying that I was the one that stole the Legos. And I got swatted by the entire police department.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
And we all got arrested. But right when I got out of jail, I got a warrant for my arrest for some mystery crime that I committed.
Seems like this guy might live in LA, or his last known address is in LA.
Yeah, the police showed up to my house all the way in Los Angeles to arrest me without bail.
He was like, just tell him he has a...
All based on this guy's word. No court yet, nothing. This is all just based off of hearsay.
He has a warrant for his arrest.
But the police couldn't arrest me.
And your word he actually is?
No idea.
Brick by brick.
I was somewhere very far away. But anyways, back to court. The judge is looking at signing a protective order to protect Josh and all of his statements about me. If this protective order gets signed, then I'll never be able to find out what he's claiming I did.
I got bad news. I don't think we have any more budget for animation, dude.
Oh, shoot. So how do we animate this next court scene? I guess if we have to not pay the lawyers, then I guess the animation's more important, right? Yeah, we decided maybe the lawyers are actually more important. So, yeah, we ran out of animation budget. Sorry, guys.
The court's inclined to sign this pretrial protective order unless you have an objection to it, Mr. Schneider, and the objection to such an order.
Yes, I think there's a bunch of misunderstandings in this case. And so this person doesn't want to get exposed. So he's making up a lot of lies about me to order to get me.
It's all right, guys, right? Because the judge is going to hear out all the evidence and, Ben's going to be cleared of everything and those other pieces of shits will go to jail, right? Obviously.
Arrested before he gets exposed.
So that's what this whole thing's about.
However, before I was allowed to show any of the overwhelming evidence I have to support my claims, the judge didn't care about the evidence and signed the protective order anyways.
Mr. Schneider, the court's going to sign this order and serve it upon you.
Why?
So the court has made it clear they do not want to look at the evidence and they want to protect Josh and Brandon for some reason. And now I have to somehow fight a court case against all of these mystery crimes against me that I have no clue what they're even saying I did.
Isn't there something called discovery? Like, I get he's representing himself or whatnot, but still don't they have to hand over everything to both parties? Isn't that how it goes? If there's any lawyers, let me know down below, guys. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
This whole mess is happening in American Fork, Utah. But I'm also being charged with another case in Provo, Utah. This is where corporate Bricks and Minifigs is, which is why I'm also being charged here. And this police department has surprisingly actually followed the law when it comes to discovery. And they sent me all the raw body cam footage of what I'm being charged for. Let's start at the beginning. The moment I first met the CEO. The reason I'm talking to him right now is because before exposing this company for the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good faith to give them an opportunity to do the right thing first before I make a documentary about this.
Common sense.
$200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Fucking hate this guy.
But the CEO did not want to take the opportunity to do the right thing and instead instantly called the cops on us.
Hi there.
I know I've said this before, but tell me that the mustache isn't a straight up Lego bandit. Come on, like, that's nuts. He's a super villain, guys.
Calling to report a crime.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you. It's Ben Snyder who's been the one engaged in this behavior.
You can see in the police report that the crime he wanted to get us charged for is called extortion, which basically means we're threatening him into paying us, which is very illegal. However, obviously he's just making all of this up. The reality is, I just thought it was a nice gesture to give him the opportunity to do the right thing first.
If you guys do have our Legos, we just kind of want them back, you know?
But if there's one thing I've learned from this entire experience, it's that whoever ends up doing the morally right thing just ends up getting screwed over. So now it's time to play the way Bricks and Minifigs is playing and use their own strategy against them. Right now, their strategy is to get me arrested before I get them arrested. So now I'm going to reverse this and get Eamon, the CEO, arrested before he gets me arrested. But if I'm going to be the reason that someone's going to jail, I should probably make sure that they definitely deserve this. So I'm going to give them one more chance to try to do the right thing first. But instead of doing the right thing and attempting to work this out, Eamon just hid in his little office.
Bitch.
And he called the police on me.
I can tell you right now, no one's coming out to talk to you guys.
What a tough guy.
Really? But they told us that they were.
I know.
Normally I wouldn't want to get someone arrested, but we gave him every opportunity to talk to us, so at this point he's just arresting himself. However, the only difference between my strategy and Bricks and Minifigs' strategy is I don't have to lie to the police. Eamon McNeff actually committed a crime. I have tons of crimes on camera that Eamon McNeff has committed. Let's start at the beginning with crime number 1.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No. So who's
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who's that?
He's a guy who had he had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Never happened.
Eamon was first trying to claim that he's never even heard of Brian Mansell, and this guy definitely never had any Legos in a Bricks and Minifigs store. But once we showed him all of the social media posts his own company made, it was very obvious that we just caught him in a lie. So the CEO decided to change his story, and now the story is the Legos used to be in the store, but the previous owner, Crystal, she stole the Legos right before they took over the store.
Back up
we
the
don't
easy way.
have the Lego. Crystal sold the Lego.
What do you mean they sold the Legos? You just said they never had the Legos. What did they sell if they never had them? Dude, you're caught in lie 1. It's a wrap. Like, done. Everything else after what he says is just bullshit. Why do the police not see this? Or do they and just not care?
The only problem is their security camera footage of the previous owner getting kicked out.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours.
The mustache, criminal.
Takes on all that kind of stuff.
Corporate just said that they're going to be the ones to take over the consignment deal with all the Legos that are still in the store. And as extra proof that these Lego sets were still in the store, the owner went into the back and started taking pictures of everything that you can verify in the metadata with the timestamps that match the exact moment she's getting kicked out. And then you can see her leave the store with nothing in her hands, proving that the sets were still in the store and the CEO is lying to us right now. But that's only one side of the story. I also thought it was fair to hear his side.
She sent a bunch of pictures of the Legos still in the back, and you can see in the security camera footage, corporate comes and throws her out.
Great. I understand what you're talking about, but you have a misunderstanding of what has occurred, and you're taking one person's word over another person's word.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me take your word, and I'll just walk away. You're right.
You go after the party that's responsible, and you don't want to because that's not easy. You have accepted a narrative that is not real, and you are continuing to pursue that narrative because it's easy and it gives you views and it gives you all sorts of clout and does all sorts of things that way.
So basically what the CEO is trying to explain to me is we shouldn't be looking at the evidence. Instead, I should just be taking his word for it, right? Because he said so.
Right.
Crystal Law was a former franchisee of Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah.
She took Mr. Mansell's Lego, sold it, didn't pay him. She has his money.
The Legos that
she sold
they never had.
Lego, she has his money.
To make it easier for you guys to understand the CEO's argument, we're going to demonstrate his argument with a little skit.
Oh, that wasn't a backflip. No.
Oh, are you sure?
You have a misunderstanding of what happened.
Yes, this is the exact argument the CEO is trying to make. Something we just saw in video. The CEO is saying never happened, which would mean the CEO is lying. And most people would agree that lying is morally wrong. However, if you lie about a crime the way Eamon's lying to me right now, then that's not just morally wrong anymore. That crosses into new territory called illegal. The specific crime is called obstruction. If someone commits this crime, they can get arrested. We're at the police station, and we're going to charge them with a criminal crime, obstructing of evidence of a $200,000 theft. And good news for us, we found out last week that all of the police in Utah take obstruction very seriously here. The police arrested my friend Sheldon for obstruction just for locking his phone.
Right now, you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back.
I was just locking my phone.
You're under arrest for obstruction of evidence right now.
The crazy part is the police didn't even have a warrant, so Sheldon locking his phone was 100% legal. But the police arrested him anyways because that's literally how serious the police take obstruction crimes here. They do not mess around when it comes to obstruction. So now, just imagine how angry the police are going to be when I go into the police station and tell them that someone is actually, for real this time, committing an obstruction crime. And this obstruction crime is on a much bigger scale. Later, the police called me saying that they were going to do a police investigation on this.
Hey, Benjamin, this is Officer Halpern from Provo Police.
I told the detective the entire situation. He was saying that this family's Lego sets were never even in the store, like all of this stuff. And it's all documented. I have video of all of him saying this. I think he's like falsifying evidence, and I think that's obstruction. And now that we stole Bricks and Minifigs' strategy, I think the plan is finally going to work. Looks like the CEO is going down. I mean, I submitted the videos of Eamon saying we're going to burn down the building and shoot him.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you.
And then I submitted all the raw footage of the entire conversation I had with him, proving to the police that we never even said anything close to this. This raw footage verifies that everything I told the police is true, and everything Eamon told the police is a lie. On top of that, I even got access to the complete case Eamon made against me, and he doesn't have a single piece of evidence to support any of his claims. Which I guess makes sense. Like, how can you support evidence if you're just making everything up? Like, of course you can't submit anything. So if the police have to decide what case to pursue, they're obviously going to pursue this case because it has like a ton of evidence. And then they're going to throw out Eamon's case. It has no evidence at all.
You would think.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Look at the detective
my
ghosting
name is
him.
Ben Schneider. A couple months ago, I made a case, and you were the officer that was helping me create it. I submitted a bunch of evidence through a link you sent me, and this was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything back. And so I'm just calling to see if I can get some type of update on how the case is going. It's about the CEO, Eamon McNeff of Bricks and Minifigs, in an obstruction case. And so if you could give me a call back at your earliest convenience, that'd be awesome.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
Yeah, literally no matter what I tried, I could not get a hold of this police officer. So I'm traveling all the way back to Utah to go back to the Provo police station in person to see how the police investigation against Ammon is going. And I just so happened to get a hold of the police schedule and arrived at the exact time this officer was supposed to arrive.
How he got that police schedule, I would love to know.
But before I could speak to this officer, one of the other police officers called into the front desk and asked to talk to me.
I'm not seeing him on duty right now.
Really? They said he was going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
There's always the chance that they might have called out sick or something.
Is there any way that you can like check if he's here or?
He's definitely scheduled to be here. Like I said, they might have called out sick or something.
Insane.
Are you going to look and see how the case is going? All I really want is kind of just an update on the case.
That's not something that I can tell you over the phone.
Okay, you can't even just tell me like how it's going, like if he's still looking into it or.
No, I can't. That's not something I can do.
Okay, well, thank you.
So basically, I came all the way out here to find 0 answers, but eventually I did find an answer. They sent it to me in the mail, and looks like I was right. The police only had time to take on one of our cases, and it was Ammon's, not mine.
Like what is the deciding factor? You know what I mean? Like he said, he has this case with all this evidence, right? Tons of it. Everything is documented and recorded. And the police, time after time, still choose to take this guy's side. You would think once it got big enough and reached like a national level that the police would, maybe smarten up, but nope.
Yes, the case that had an overwhelming amount of evidence, they thought that case was garbage. And they took on the case that has 0 evidence at all. In the police body cam footage, after the police watched my full conversation, proving that I didn't threaten to burn the place down or literally anything, they even admitted to Eamon that there was no credibility with his entire case against me.
We agreed that there really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys so you're not having to deal with this fool and all of his issues.
Crooked.
We did find that there was another code that fit, and it's called aggravated commercial obstruction.
Yeah, AKA it didn't fit the extortion code, so we worked day and night tirelessly to try and find something that would fit. And, you're fucked. We found something.
The police just told Eamon that even though there's absolutely nothing to his claim against me, if they work together, maybe they can fabricate some type of charge against me.
However, the tricky
How is this legal, guys? How is this fucking legal?
thing is that we have to prove that this individual either entered or remains unlawfully on the premise. When he came to the property, did you have to ask him more than once to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not leaving until we get it. And he's like, no.
So Eamon's telling the police that even though they continuously told us to leave, we didn't leave. But if we go back and look at the footage of what happened,
solution.
This is the reality.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time?
I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. Okay. As a separate business entity, you got to take it up with them. You got to resolve it with them.
Okay, well, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Good luck.
You're good. Please, thank you.
Hey, you want to talk? They're on their way out. Do you want me to grab them or no?
I don't know. It kind of looks like the reality of what happened is we left too early for them. They wanted to pull us back in to keep talking to us. But we did show back up a second time. And to Ammon's credit, about halfway through the conversation, he did say that if we don't leave, he's going to call the cops on us.
You can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
And this is right after I told him you could do it either the easy way and just give us the Legos back, or we can do it the hard way, implying that we would take him to court.
So you're threatening me.
I'm not threatening. It's we're right. Like we have a right to the Legos, so we're gonna get them the easy
What
way or
right
the
do
hard
you
way.
have? What proof of ownership have you provided to me that you own this?
Lots.
I can give you proof if you want.
Great, provide proof.
But right after he says this, he's now asking us to provide him proof that we actually are entitled to these Legos.
Provide proof. Provide proof. Now leave. Now leave. Provide. You know, it's always like a couch 22 with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we told him to do this, but we can't do that because you're blocking this. I fucking hate this guy.
So we can't
guys.
leave now because
I
he
hate
just told us
this
to
guy.
stay and provide proof. And then at the very end of the conversation, he says this one more time.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for working with us.
His business is ruined.
So, see you later.
Well, we have now all just seen the video footage of what actually happened. But now let's hear how Ammon describes it to the police.
Guys, at this point, I've asked you to leave. Please leave. Well, we you have to listen to us. You have to pay us this money. No, guys, you need to leave, and you're not leaving. But I asked multiple times. They did not leave.
Looks like that might be a second-degree felony.
Can you believe
He's
this shit?
felony charges.
What is this huddle up shit with the police? He owns a fucking Bricks and Minifigs. What is he doing huddling up with the police? You know, brainstorming sessions. Like, what the fuck is going on? This is so crazy.
The felony?
Yes, because I went to the corporate headquarters and tried to give Ammon the easy way out of all of this, they're now trying to get me on a second-degree felony, which I don't really know how any of this would make me get a second-degree felony. Like, what the heck, police officers? But they're doing it, and the punishment for this crime is 15 years in jail.
You know, a lot of people are saying, like, go to court, what's the big deal? But you forget he's going to court in the same exact area. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all connected. It doesn't matter if he goes to court.
I don't know, like however else, like some of that stuff comes through.
I guess
but,
just
like,
keep appealing it,
is, like,
taking it
we
up.
tried to talk with him and said, we're willing to work with you.
Yeah, I think one of the main reasons the police keep taking Ammon's side instead of ours, besides the whole Mormon thing, is that Ammon keeps framing the situation as he's just the helpful CEO who's trying to do the right thing and return Brian's property. And we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian. So I say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Yeah, because
and
Brian said
he was unwilling to work with us.
Well, Brian said he asked for the store inventory, and that because he said like he wanted to work with you, and then you guys didn't provide the store inventory.
We asked him to provide us with any documentation, and he provided us with a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is not something that anybody can, you can just walk over to a McDonald's right now and say, all of your ice cream machines belong to me. Why? Because so-and-so said so. I have a spreadsheet that says that all of these ice cream machines belong to me. That's not proof of ownership. That's not proof of anything.
So first off, this spreadsheet Ammon's referring to wasn't just some mystery spreadsheet. It was the actual inventory the store made. But I guess Ammon's trying to claim that the previous owner stole the Legos and then lied on the inventory, and so now it basically makes this inventory invalid. He said that when corporate was taking over the store, that they actually did their own inventory, and this is the correct inventory.
When we took over, we did an inventory.
And good news for me, he's willing to give me this inventory. He's actually always been willing to give it to me or Brian. All we've ever had to do was ask.
Right.
We will work with you to obtain any Lego that does exist.
Well, we did that, and you guys.
When?
I think we've mailed it like 5 or 6 times, and we've gotten 0 response back.
Yeah. Literally the first thing I did right when I heard about this entire situation was I Googled Bricks and Minifigs, clicked on their website, clicked contact us, and sent them a message. I actually got a message back from corporate saying that they would love to help, but after a few months, I kept trying to reply to this message, and they just completely ghosted me.
When?
I think we've done like 6 over the last 4 or 5 months.
Pull it up. Find out. Tell me.
God bless Reckless Ben. Guys, God bless his little heart. Because I couldn't do something like this. I don't have the patience. I would be in jail.
When?
Let's see.
I'd punch him in his face.
I say like, hey, I don't think this ever got resolved. I'm just reaching back out right now. And then never...
Hit forward right now.
Hit forward.
What's the email?
That is I don't know what email address that is.
This was on your guys' website.
That says fbc.team. I said franchise at bricksandminifigs.com.
Well, this is just on the website, so.
Did I tell you look up something on the website and send it there?
No, it's your corporate website,
did I say
you
that?
fuck.
Well, that's what.
Yes or no? Did I say that?
No.
I just said, send me an email to franchise@bricksandminifigs.com and we will work with that.
But you're getting mad at me because I emailed the email on the website?
Right? You keep saying that you, like, so I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you, send it to that one.
Yeah, but you're like getting upset at us that we emailed the email that was on your website.
I'm telling you the way to do this, and you've been probably trying to communicate with a ghost.
Well, that's your guys' fault for putting that email on the website.
He's right there with you right now, face to face. What needs to be done? Like, let's get it done. You know what I mean? Like, we're right here. Show me what you got. But no, he wants to dance around and play these little bullshit games.
Sure. Okay. Understood.
Ben, so why are you getting mad at us because we emailed the website for your instructions?
You continue to harass us for all sorts of things. I'm not getting mad at you.
What do you mean they're continuing to harass you if you never got an email? What are you talking about? This is your first interaction. So how are they continuing to harass you? You know what I mean, guys? Like, this is just so aggravating.
Well, we're not harassing. We're just asking for our Legos back. If someone stole money from you and you went and politely asked for the money back, is that you harassing them?
It seems like Ammon kept either trying to stall or switch the subject. It almost seems like he doesn't want to actually give us this inventory.
Duh.
But he keeps saying he's willing to give it to us.
You guys can send that inventory list to us?
I do believe so, yes. I think we have.
What do you think, guys? Are the Legos gone? Are they gone? Like, where do you guys think they are? Drop it down below in the comments. I want to know what you got. I'm going to take a look. I think they're just gone. I think they're gone. I think these scumbags picked up the Legos in another U-Haul and, allegedly, and sold them. And just sold them.
I sent that to Brian.
He said that's all he wants is the inventory list, and he'll stop bugging you guys.
Well, then, Mr. Mansell and you, and if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go.
But you guys will give him the inventory list because he said he's been asking for it for over a year now.
We can show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal Law, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't there, and also try and identify how to proceed from there.
Yeah, I think Brian gets upset because he says they always say that they'll send me the list, kind of like how you're saying, oh, we can send it easily, but then when it comes down to it, you'll never actually send it. So maybe if you actually go ahead and send it would make him feel better.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get at. We're more than willing to work with you and help you. That's what I'm saying. Send an email to that email address that I just gave to you, and that will produce results.
But anyways, I sent an email to the email he told me about, not the one on their website. That's a bad email. Don't ever email that one or the CEO is going to be pissed. But according to Ammon, now that I've sent this email, I should be receiving the inventory list very soon.
That's all he had to do.
So I waited all day. And I got no answer. So the next day, I sent them another email. I patiently waited again for about a week. And finally,
this is the response. Mr. Schneider, BAM Franchising Incorporation will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content. Attempts to obtain privileged or confidential information through misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents.
Just for me asking for this inventory list to prove their innocence, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, if you're innocent, I want to prove that you're innocent with this inventory list. But now, by me trying to do that, that's criminal behavior on my part.
And considered harassment. And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities.
Go for it.
The cops.
So don't ask for our inventory list or else we're going to call the cops.
Yes, Bricks and Minifigs has officially banned me from ever asking for this inventory list again.
And you know what sucks is that this company, Bricks and Minifigs, they have like 200 franchises. You know what I mean? Like mom and pop shops across the United States and Canada. These people have nothing to do with this Lego ordeal, and their businesses are going down the fucking tubes. Guys, this company makes hundreds of millions per year. They should have just given this guy his fucking money or his Legos. This is crazy.
I'm not the only one who's banned from asking for this list.
He promised us a full inventory right away. We've never received it.
Yeah, and every time
these are the previous franchise owners.
just absolutely nothing. So we've never gotten anything. We've never gotten an inventory list.
Yeah, the previous owner who got her entire store stolen from her by corporate, I mean, she's legally required to get sent an inventory list, and even she, 2 years later, has not gotten it yet.
It would have resolved everything because they would have had to identify everything in the store, and it would have identified all of Brian's stuff, and they never provided it, so we couldn't then demand the third-party evaluation.
And it's now, what, a year and a half later?
You know,
Is there any possibility where these people had something to do with it, the previous owners? I don't think so, you know, because they have the metadata and everything on film, but is there any possibility where they have something to do with this? Maybe?
Still no inventory.
Dang.
So, would have solved a lot of problems a year and a half ago to go, here's the inventory.
And even Brian still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales because they can't provide it. They opened the store up almost right away and started selling it.
And the worst part about all of this is it seems like the CEO is pretty much just trying to rub all of this in everyone's face. Yes. When I turned on the news, I saw this.
Now, as far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory and shown him that inventory to offer that?
We've tried to share those with Mr. Mansell in hopes that he can see, you know, like that we were not attempting in any way, shape, or form to withhold anything. Those then were offered to him, and the initial offer was rejected.
So now on public television, Ammon, the CEO, is telling the world that he tried to give us this inventory, but we're the ones that didn't want it.
We do want to help him recover as much of the collection. Our number one priority right now is to ensure that he gets made whole. We know that we have a responsibility to work with him to make sure he does get made whole.
So you've offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store.
Who is this fucking clown ball with the puff piece softball lob interview? Dig into this guy. You've seen parts 1 and 2. What do you mean? Oh, you've given him He might as well be in on it too.
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table so we can discuss it.
And this is pretty much Ammon's game plan now. Go on as many news stations as you can and lie.
The entire time we were saying, hey, we want to help, we want to help.
The main narrative now seems to be Bricks and Minifigs has always been trying to give Brian his Legos back, but Brian just never wanted them back.
Would you be willing to just take this? And
the one thing that those stupid fucking interviewers should have said to him when he said, all we want to do is give Brian his Legos back. Next question is, okay, well, what did he say when you tried to give them back to him? Boom, you're put right on the spot. You know what I mean? Like,
the answer was no. It was attempted to be given to the family, and it was refused. They made the offer and said, hey, you can have all this, and that offer was not accepted at the time.
Well, that's Ammon's side of the story, but I say let's take a look at what actually happened.
Read from the bottom up. That is our correspondence with Bricks and Minifigs, trying to work with them in getting the sets back.
So right when this happened, Brian hired an attorney to reach out to Bricks and Minifigs. They sent an email saying, how should we proceed to retake the possession of the sets/minifigures? And they actually emailed back saying they were willing to help. And then after this, they just never respond. So Brian's attorney sent them another email, just following up on this. When can we pick up the sets? And they still didn't respond. So the attorneys emailed back saying, it's now been 16 days. How can we get these Legos back? And finally, they received a response.
It says Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson have no legal obligation to return any of the Lego product that exists in their store to you. What? So, yeah, basically they're saying that they're the ones that are not able to work with you, is what it seems like.
Exactly.
They finished this email saying, we consider this matter closed and will not be returning any Lego products to you. So as you can see, that's the reality of what actually happened. But then Ammon goes on Fox News and says this.
So they actually did have an attorney send information to us. We said, great, appreciate this. Let's see what we can do to work this out.
Yeah.
And then we never heard back.
Oh, come on.
Why is Ammon going on like Fox News?
Why didn't the interviewer be like, what do you mean you never heard back? You don't find that odd that he wants his stuff and he just never responded? You didn't try and reach out a second time? But
saying we wanted to give Brian his stuff back. He's the one that didn't want his stuff back. He didn't want any of his things.
That's my point. I don't know. He's lying.
I truly do believe in integrity. Truly, I believe in the sentiment of integrity. And I believe everyone should have integrity.
But anyways, another thing the CEO seems to be pretty upset about is that when Brian kept demanding his stuff back and couldn't get it back, eventually he had enough. And he was like, I'm going to make a Facebook post about this. And in his Facebook post, he called Bricks and Minifigs thieves and liars.
Facts.
And this Facebook post, like, really, really pissed off Ammon. I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is literally suing Brian now for millions of dollars, all because of this. I mean,
we stole your shit, and now we're going to sue you, too. Talk about adding insult to injury.
Back when I was talking to him at corporate headquarters, he made it very clear that what they did is technically not actually considered theft.
There is no theft. Do you understand the legal definition of theft? Legally have to meet
So
the definition of knowing that the property was stolen or otherwise not belonging to that person.
And on my phone,
it was not known until Mr. Mansell came in days later and said, I have some of these things that need to be...
that's another lie again, because...
It is not another lie.
So I showed Ammon the security camera footage where corporate acknowledges that they are now going to be responsible for these Lego Star Wars sets.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that, can't sign that liability.
And after showing him this footage to try to bring the conversation back to reality, this was his response.
Extortion?
Because we caught you guys?
No, because you are attempting to extort us. So that's what you're doing. What you are doing right now is illegal. It's an extortion.
So catching you guys in illegal activity, that's illegal on me.
Nope. We have done nothing.
See, I agree too. I agree. Nope, it's not illegal on us. Thank you for...
done nothing illegal. And you are doing something illegal right now.
Insane.
I don't think it's illegal. I think us catching you guys for doing the illegal thing doesn't make that what we're doing is illegal. That means what you guys are doing is illegal.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for working with us, and
see you in court.
After just going around in circles for probably 30 to 40 minutes and just, having like kind of less than genuine questions or less than genuine responses being given to me, I was exasperated by the end of it. And that's, like when people get tired and exasperated, that's when we finally got the footage that we can use to make him look like a completely unreasonable monster, but that's what they do is people whose goal is to do those types of things, they just harass and go after people as long and hard as they can until somebody breaks and says something that, then they can, use that one clip to be like, oh, look at this horrible monster of a person. So that's what I feel like has kind of really happened here.
So Ammon's claiming that I just harassed him for 30 minutes and finally he got fed up with us, which that was the one clip at the end that I used in my documentary. So I say let's go to the very beginning of the footage, my first interaction with them, and see what actually happened.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, literally from the very first sentence we ever exchanged with each other, Ammon's goal was just to lie to us. But anyways, I'm now starting to think that the only reason Ammon wanted us to email him about the inventory list wasn't actually to give us the inventory list, but actually it was a trap. Yeah, Ammon only wanted me to email him so he can find out my email and subpoena Google and find out all of my private information.
This guy is such a sneaky motherfucker. Oh, I hate that mustache.
Lying, but they actually did this. They subpoenaed Google asking for all private information tied to this email address. And Google sent them like hundreds of hours of all the raw footage from everything I've filmed to the Lego video so far. All my emails, all my search history, all the metadata that shows everywhere I've been. But anyways, this was the reaction of the police officer after she watched my entire first episode.
I'm really curious to see if this fool even makes any money doing this YouTube stuff. I'm like, if it's enough for him to travel to another state to go get some footage. It doesn't even sound like his secret information doesn't even seem credible.
This is a cop that they're talking to, a detective, by the way.
From my understanding.
No. So it sounds like you were able to watch the video.
I think by secret information, the police officer is referring to the security camera footage that proves that everything Bricks and Minifigs is saying is a lie. My first question is, how could this not be credible? It's literally just video evidence of what happened that night. But at least now I can see why the police aren't listening to me. They're basically just saying that all of the evidence I submit to them is not credible and therefore case closed. Ben's wrong and we're right because we said that the evidence is uncredible. At this point, Bricks and Minifigs is working with the police to just come up with whatever story they can to make any evidence I give them seem as uncredible as possible.
In all of his actions to just generate clicks and likes to get, like social media clout without putting in work and just doing the crummy stuff.
Interesting.
He seems like a fun gentleman.
No. Well, and,
His MO really seems to follow somebody who's like a paper tiger, right? Like who, like behind, or like a keyboard warrior. They'll make threats.
This is the craziest part of the video to me.
Did he just call Ben a keyboard warrior?
Ammon's claiming that I'm a keyboard warrior. And a keyboard warrior is basically just someone who talks a lot of smack online, but then when it actually comes down to it, they won't do anything in person.
Him.
Which, I mean, if we look back at the footage,
that's Ammon.
I accomplished almost everything I set out to do. I didn't get scared of anything. If someone in this story is a keyboard warrior, I don't think it's me.
It's Mustache.
I think it's Bricks and Minifigs. I mean, let's double check by looking at the footage. Ammon claims with his words that he can give us the inventory list.
We can show the inventory list.
But when it actually comes down to it, he's terrified to give it to anyone. Bricks and Minifigs this entire time has also just been begging me to sue them.
If you think it's illegal, why don't you sue me? Let's go to court. Sue me for it. Sue me. Let's go to court. Let's go to court then.
So when I finally go out and actually sue them, they close down their store.
Did that.
And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to absolute extreme lengths to hide from this lawsuit.
Are you okay if she just gives
Here's another one huddled up with the police. This police officer served the bald guy. He went with papers to serve him, and the bald guy said, "Nah, I don't want that." And the police said, "Okay, no problem." What?
do the papers so we can just...
In another life, I'm going to be a Mormon. That's it. I'm going to be a Mormon. I would have gotten away with so much shit if I was a Mormon in this area.
No, I'm not accepting
in another life.
Okay. Absolutely not.
I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is showing all of the signs of a keyboard warrior, but for some reason they think that I'm the keyboard warrior. At this point, it almost seems like everything Bricks and Minifigs is doing, for some reason they think that I'm the one that's the one doing it.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys, hoping no more issues. There's so many other things that this guy could, be talking about, right?
No, 100%. But sometimes, it's a sunk cost fallacy. They just think, I put so much time and effort into this, I gotta...
You know what? If he was talking and making films about ice or something, another group would just tell him that he's crazy. You know what I mean? You can't really fucking win. You just can't.
I gotta make sure something happens. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, Ammon just completely proved my point. Obviously, I'm not suffering from the sunk cost fallacy at all. Ammon's the one suffering from the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, they literally already admitted to me that they've held onto the Legos for so long, it's not worth it for them to give it back to us anymore.
I'm not going to distribute those things at this point. We've kept them on hold for this long, so...
Let's see what else Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Well, they're suing me for defamation. But this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs actually the ones defaming me.
Seriously.
Say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down.
Let's go to the next thing Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Extortion. When they're the ones actually extorting me by saying if I don't let them steal the Legos from us, they're going to make up a reason to throw me in jail.
You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang. Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Bricks and Minifigs is also getting me for RICO charges.
They're charging Reckless Ben for
RICO? What is he, Tony Soprano? What?
RICO.
RICO
I
charges.
think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
Seriously.
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me. They're also accusing me of sending a sniper to shoot out the windows of the McNeff house.
You guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting from. It could be a sniper going on the hill.
When the police got there, they realized it was actually a construction worker who accidentally shattered the window.
seems more likely that it happened from construction work than it happened from some random people
Oh my
across
goodness.
the way.
But even after all this, they still go online and say it was me.
He's trying to get Ben Schneider for like attempted murder. He's basically trying to set Ben Schneider up for attempted murder when meanwhile it was a nail from his own construction worker.
So what's the moral of the story here? It looks like everything bad Bricks and Minifigs is doing, they think that I'm the one that's doing the bad thing. It makes no sense.
So, just to let you know, we call it a double blind. The person who committed the crime may or may not be in the lineup or depicted. So I will give this to you. You'll have
They're giving him a lineup
to choose someone or to not choose anyone. Whenever you're able to feel that you have ID'd somebody.
What's he in a lineup for?
I just ask that you circle it and then initial next to it.
Like, I know we all sit, from afar and watch this, but this is fucking terrifying, guys. This is terrifying. This could happen to any one of us. You know what I mean? It could happen to any one of us. If it's happening to someone with as large of a reach as someone like Reckless Ben, think of what they would do to someone like us. You know what I mean? It's terrifying.
And then, like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Like that.
There you go.
Okay. Cool.
Really, this was like the final step that I needed. This is legit. We've been able to verify who he is now.
Yep.
So the police put on this big performance to make it look like they're going to all this work to verify the facts. When in reality, they already know who I am. They already subpoenaed Google. They already watched my entire first Lego video. They already went through all my search history. To me, this just feels like a staged performance so they can show the world, hey, look, we verified everything, when if they would have just put an equal amount of effort into watching the raw footage I submitted to them, they would have found out that Ammon's just completely lying to them. But for some reason, they did it.
But don't they know that the entire world is watching this on, like, showcase display?
A few weeks later, when I ended up going to court, this was the state's response.
My name is Nick Mielstein. I'm the prosecutor. Is Benjamin Schneider here?
Yes.
If you want to take care of that today, we could do what we call a plea in abeyance.
Were you able to see the footage I submitted to the police of our interaction?
I have not watched it, no.
Okay, because in that footage, you can clearly see that the second he tells us to leave, we say, okay, we'll leave. And then he calls the police and said that we threatened to burn down the building and shoot everyone inside. And he was just making up all these lies, which you can clearly see in the footage that we submitted. We were being respectful the whole time. We left the second he told us to.
Sorry, let me look.
And so it makes sense why the police would take me to court, because, I mean, he's threatening that we're going to burn down the building and shoot everyone, but we did nothing. Like, he's just saying that because he's trying to. I'm a documentary maker, so I'm making a documentary on the thing. So his logic is if he throws me in jail,
you'll be silenced.
Then if he makes up a reason for me to go to jail, then I won't be able to expose them for their crimes. So that's the what's going on. It's clear as day in the footage if you watch it. It seems like they're just making up a bunch of false information in order to silence criticism.
So did you submit that to the police officer?
Yes.
Yes.
Is the footage going such that it's still going, like when you step out the door?
Yes.
It starts from when we're in the elevator before we talk to him to when we were back in the elevator going back down.
Obviously, a video doesn't necessarily show everything that possibly happened.
So according to the state of Utah, the raw video that shows everything...
That's the prosecutor. That's the prosecutor that he's going up against. You see what I'm saying? Terrifying, guys. Terrifying.
That possibly could have happened is not credible and could not have shown everything that possibly could have happened. And they didn't even watch it.
No. It's nonstop.
They're literally just taking Ammon's word for everything and completely ignoring all the evidence. So where does this leave me now? Not only am I being charged with a bunch of mystery crimes in American Fork, Utah, but I'm also being charged with a second-degree felony up to 15 years in jail in Provo, Utah. And now that they have written proof that I'm committing all of these insane crimes against them, I mean, obviously Bricks and Minifigs just made up everything, but that's not how the court sees it. The court thinks that these are real. And for whatever reason, the court wouldn't let me share my side. They only heard Bricks and Minifigs' side.
Ben's side was not in the room, was not heard. The court signed an order erasing his published work on the strength of the company's verified complaint and the company's motion with no one there to say a word against it.
But why? How? How is that possible? Why can his side not be heard?
Yeah, the judge granted a temporary restraining order, preventing me from even talking about Bricks and Minifigs, which sucks because this was the night I hit 1 million subscribers.
What a shame.
And all my friends threw a giant surprise party for me.
What an accomplishment.
Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs gets to just keep spreading their lies about me, and I just have to sit in silence, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. It's crazy to think about how much public support I was getting.
$200,000 Lego dispute. That's turning into one of the craziest legal cases and an internet crusade that has just exploded.
A $200,000 Lego collection. This $200,000 Lego scandal is literally one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I think this might be the best video that I've seen.
This is one of the crazier stories I think I've ever covered.
Run by Mormons. Legos. Reckless Ben. Reckless Ben.
It really seemed like the entire internet was uniting to stand up to this bully of a company.
Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick! Brick by brick!
It really did seem like we were right about to get the Legos back. But I was wrong. Now the court has silenced me. And it looks like all the work I put into this was just for nothing. However, people were pretty upset that I was silenced and decided to protest.
Brick by brick!
It sucks that I'm not even allowed to be a part of this movement anymore.
Brick by brick! Brick by brick!
Or maybe I can be here. I just have to be in disguise so no one recognizes me.
No.
All right, I'm here with, what was your name?
I'm Jerome. Here to support the cause.
Jerome.
It's American Fork Local. Here to support.
Here with
I
Jerome.
love it.
I spent the rest of the day protesting for the cause, and not a single person here recognized who I actually am. And maybe the protesting worked, because after a full month of remaining silent, I finally have an announcement.
Well, it looks like I don't need this disguise anymore, because I have my freedom of speech back, baby. I can say whatever I want. I can say Bricks and Minifigs sucks. I can say Bricks and Minifigs still hold people. And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick. We got our First Amendment rights back. Yeah.
And now that I have my freedom of speech back, everyone is wondering how Bricks and Minifigs can make up for the fact that they made up all these lies about me to take away my freedom of speech. Most legal experts are saying I could easily win millions of dollars from Bricks and Minifigs, but instead, I have a better solution. If they want to apologize, they can say that they're sorry by doing the chicken dance. And I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once they do the chicken dance, then I will know that Bricks and Minifigs is sorry. And we can finally move on to the next video series.
I love this guy.
So you guys might be thinking, why do you want them to do the chicken dance? And there's actually a reason. So this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs always says the right thing, but then their actions don't match their words at all. So I was thinking, well, if they give an apology, they might say the right things, but they're not actually going to mean it. So by doing the chicken dance, I'm going to basically just be giving them another opportunity to do the right thing, not just with their words, but with their actions. And once they decide to do the right thing, then I'll move on to the next video series and never talk about Bricks and Minifigs again.
So that was part 3. So he posted that like a week or so ago, and he posted this next part last night. It's only like 15 minutes, maybe not even, and it's him and his friend pretty much answering, questions that a lot of us might have. So I'm going to let that run through right now, guys.
A bunch of new body cam footage came in. No one's ever seen it, and we're going to watch it right now.
He came to harass us at our place. He's out of state.
So this is filmed right after I get released from jail the first time. Because I got arrested because I was trying to serve them court papers to take them to court. They're just making up reasons for me to be arrested. But then I get out of jail because I paid for bond. I get out of jail. And now Ammon's just calling the police because he's like, you guys let Ben out of jail? Like, what the heck? Like, how could you guys do that? Ben needs to be in jail right now.
So he was arrested, and I think he was booked into the Utah County Jail.
Okay.
And
oh, look, another huddle up.
He must have been released.
It's a collaboration.
Even though he's an out-of-state, flight risk. He was released. And so he's a YouTuber that does this stuff for videos and clicks.
Okay.
He was arrested in California for doing this kind of trespassing and kind of stuff. Like before, just I think in 2024.
Right. My first time getting arrested ever was for serving my court papers. My first time ever being arrested. This is my first time ever getting arrested, but I think Ammon's thinking, oh, well, if I lie to the police and make it seem like he's a criminal, maybe they'll just keep him in jail this time, you know?
So that's what's happening. And so, but we like, he's also been passing fraudulent gift certificates to financially harmed us.
Fraudulent gift certificates. Does he mean the Guinness World Record?
Oh, I was so confused. I've watched that part like 5 or 6 times. I was like, what's he mean gift certificates?
Yeah, like, I think he means the World Record certificate.
This is an award for most Legos stolen by any company in the world.
That's what's going on. But at this point, I just need some information so I can tell our staff what is going on, because if I need to go and get some of my staff armed so that he can't threaten them, that's what I need to do. Or they're going to go find him and rearrest him because he clearly had to have violated some kind of rule. There's got to be something to stop this guy from continuing to intimidate our staff.
Yeah, how do you guys let this guy out of jail? If we let this guy out of jail, he's going to kill our staff. Like, how can you possibly think of letting this guy out of jail?
You watch this? I feel like you're just like, dude, this is hilarious.
Is there a way to like keep appealing court? And I know you can go up and up the ladder, but is there a way to request like court in another county or state even, or district? Is that possible? Is there a way to keep taking it up and up and up to get it somewhere? Obviously nothing is going to happen in this area. You know what I mean? There's got to be a way.
I'm like, dude, this pisses me off.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
What the heck? Like, he's literally lying through his freaking teeth.
I don't know what has been done since he was arrested yesterday.
Sure.
Please.
Like, we all sighed a big sigh of relief this morning knowing that he was arrested last night.
Yeah.
And then to have this happen all over again, like, everyone's feeling some pretty significant trauma that he's just not going to stop.
Yeah, so it's not the...
You let the YouTuber out of jail. We are in for it. We're
police or corrections that let him out. That's going to be a judge, right? And so that would be a complaint that would have to be directed towards their office to find out what's the deal? Why would you let this guy out when he's stalking us, right? That's
yeah. So
yeah, that's what I mean. In Utah, he's cooked.
Grab a pen. Who do I contact for that?
He's like, dude, what are you talking to me about this for? Talk to the judge.
Police officer's like, we tried to keep him in jail until his court case for a month, but stupid judge let him out. So like, don't complain to me, complain to the judge.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I suggest you put all evidence that you have against this guy on that.
He acts really like cutesy, like he's clearly got some form of sociopathic disorder. Because
that's rich coming from him.
He says and does whatever he can to just get away with whatever he wants.
That's quite interesting. He says and does whatever he wants to get out of anything. That sounds pretty familiar.
Again, multiple arrests, I think, in the past in different states.
Nope.
So obviously, if you look in the police records, you can see that I've never been arrested before. But because Ammon says so, maybe the police will just listen to Ammon. You know,
his word every single time. They're taking his word over your evidence. Doesn't
insane.
Make sense.
I don't know. That's another charge, obviously. I mean, we'll stack him until he leaves you guys alone, I guess. You know what I mean? Or they put him in jail, one or the other.
Dude, that's so insane to freaking say.
Basically, I think Ammon lied to them saying that there's a restraining order when there wasn't. And so he's like, oh, well, that's another charge. And we're just going to keep making up charges about me until I'm in jail for good is kind of what it sounds like. Yeah. Even though the evidence goes against everything you say, I want to help you out, Ammon, because I can stack, I'll try to stack it on this stalking case.
Oh my God, dude. Does he not know that he's recorded?
I am just going to figure this out here. Okay, sir. I'm going to call the jail, and then I will meet you over there, okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right.
I will meet you over there.
Hey, it's Abrams with Orem Police Department. How you doing? You guys let a guy go this morning. It sounds like named...
redacted.
Jail today.
What do you know?
Officer Abrams?
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Yep. Man, is there any way I can use your bathroom?
Yeah, for sure. It's got one right back here.
Taking my body camera off and setting it down for a second so I can use the bathroom.
Right.
You shouldn't be doing this stuff, right? You know what I mean? All 5 of them should be charged. Right. Basically what they're saying now is not only should we put Ben in jail for forever
his whole
for trying
crew.
to serve these court papers. We should put all 5 of his team members in jail for trying to take you guys to court. You guys don't deserve to go to court, and anyone that tries to take you to court, we're going to put them in jail indefinitely.
They started threatening to kill
Definitely,
some of the
Don.
staff. And so they're just like, hey, if you don't, we're gonna kill you if you don't give this guy his money back and all this other stuff and like all these things. And so we're like, dude, like you guys have to go through the appropriate legal channels.
Yeah.
This guy has nothing to do with it
Right.
other than he just gets off on making videos and like if you look him up again, he goes by the name of Rec YouTube.
Okay.
And he films himself doing illegal things all the time and then he gets his videos taken down. You can do all sorts of research on him.
He's a
That's what
journalist.
we're dealing with is a guy who like honest to goodness, he's a sociopath. As we've done some additional
That's rich coming from you,
searches on
buddy.
him, he has it appears that a relative of him, of his, because he's originally from Ohio and then he moved to LA, some relative of his with the same name that like based on what we can piece together was like convicted of like child porn or child, sexual like contact, some of these other types of things. So there's a very real chance that he may have been abused as a child, but that set him through a mental disorder, kind of whatever the case may be. He's clearly a sociopath and does not care about like the system.
My whole family's like pretty close.
I can't.
And I'm like 99.999999999% sure that's not true. But if it is true, I would like to know who that is. So, because I would, that's probably important information for me if there is someone in my family that's like that. But,
just a really quick update. I think we found the guy that Ammon's talking about.
Athens man is sentenced after he was found guilty of 110 felony counts for recording and distributing child pornography from his home. Benjamin Schneider is sentenced to 8 years in prison.
So yeah, I guess this guy also got charged in Ohio, and he has a very similar name to me. It's actually the exact
So it must be his relative.
Same name as me. And maybe he thought that this person was me. Maybe that explains why he's saying I have been arrested multiple times.
Nah, he's just lying.
I mean, clearly this person is not me. I mean, but also maybe Ammon's not the smartest person in the world, so maybe he thought that we were the same person. I don't know, but this is the closest I was able to find of what Ammon could be talking about.
We know this guy's a sociopath, and so we're very afraid for our staff. Yes, sir. And these guys coming in, they've threatened people before. They don't care about the law, right?
Right.
And that's what makes us very scared is because again, like, do I? And I'm kind of asking a serious question. In your opinion, would you go get a shotgun and bring it in the store?
He keeps asking like, so like you're the police officers, do you think it's a good idea?
Could you imagine if Ben said that? He would be in jail for the rest of his life, for sure.
We should have guns to defend ourselves next time Reckless Ben comes in, right? I think what he's trying to do is, because Josh Johnson said he was going to shoot us just for trying to serve him papers.
Holy crap, dude. Wait, hold on. This is insane. So he's basically asking, hey, officers, do you think it's a good idea for me to have a gun, a shotgun, in case this guy comes around again? So he can get the okay from the police officer.
To shoot you.
So he's like, hey, the officer said I can. Insinuating that he can kill you.
Well, the police officers the one that told me to do this. Like, I'm just within my rights.
He said to do it.
Trying to kill me, and I'm just defending myself. Yeah, he's trying to come up with a reason to justify murdering us, I think, which...
This is actually insane.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but...
In a situation like this where some people we feel like are in danger.
I personally encourage people who are able to carry legally to carry.
Okay, so that's basically all the footage after I got arrested of them freaking out, and I think that kind of...
Yo, that cop really just said, low-key, go get a gun. You're good. Go for it.
Explains why, because a few hours later, we do the GoFundMe. Sheldon gets arrested just for promoting this GoFundMe. And then they send a whole SWAT team of police officers to my house to just arrest everyone. So basically, Ammon's doing what I like to call the 3-year-old method, which is basically if a 3-year-old really wants something and they're not getting it, what do they usually do?
Throw a tantrum.
Whine, cry, kick the back of the seat when they're in the car.
Basically this. That's kind of what Ammon's doing. Like,
exactly.
Ammon at first isn't really getting what he wants. It's like, I mean, I guess he got me arrested, but then I get out of jail and he's like, oh shoot, if I just keep saying he's stalking us, they're not going to keep him in jail for I got to make up some story to put him back in jail. It's exactly what a 3-year-old would do, right? And then he says, we're going to murder him. He's like, we're threatening him, and
he's not getting what he wants, so he just keeps like whining and crying. He's like, they're doing this,
and we keep threatening. Yeah, and we can't honestly we
he's
can't
such a
really
bitch.
Get mad at Ammon for doing this because
Ammon.
I mean, we used to do the same thing also, right? Like literally everyone used to do this. but then we turned like 5 years old and we
grew out of it.
Yeah, well, like we turned 5 and then we realized that this was not the correct method to do what we want. Yeah, basically the person that sent me all this body cam footage asked if I could respond to what Ammon's saying. So I'm saying my official response to Ammon is goo goo gaga because I feel like that's the appropriate way to respond to someone who's acting like a baby. And send. So after this phone call, they arrest Sheldon for just promoting our GoFundMe and sent a bunch of SWAT team members to like SWAT our house, which kind of makes that make more sense to me now based on what Ammon was saying. But anyways, let's fast forward a little bit. We posted the video, and this is, I think, 5 days after we posted the video now. Matt McNeff, Ammon's brother, calls the police.
Another scumbag.
I don't really think he had a crime. He's just kind of like complaining about our video. No, for real. Look.
Let me see.
Yeah, so it's my brother and I have a franchise called Bricks and Minifigs that we run. He was filming and making this pseudo journalistic documentary that he
pseudo. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and millions of views. I think we're long past pseudo.
That's what he's claiming it is.
Yeah.
He released that documentary on Friday, and our lives have been nothing but hell since then. Once this YouTuber released this video, our franchisees are getting targeted harassment, review bombs.
Yeah,
they are destroying people's lives and making.
I do feel for the other franchise owners. It sucks. You know what I mean? But again, if you cared about your franchisees so much, why didn't you just cut the check? Why didn't you, if you didn't really have the Legos, cut the check? You know what I mean? In the end, it worked out to be like 70 or 60 or I don't know. It wasn't $200K.
Like it has been a nightmare.
He's not even reporting a crime to the police. He's just like,
crying,
complaining about how much he dislikes the video.
Aren't you supposed to?
He's
call
a bitch
the cops
too,
when
just like
there's
his
an
brother.
Emergency.
The cops basically just being the dude's therapist at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's been rough. He's trying to say that the American Fork Police, our company, and the LDS Church are all colluding now in protecting our franchisee. And it's one big giant conspiracy. I mean, it's insanity.
Is it though?
It's just
rage
bait and clickbait, and he is causing significant serious harm. This has got to slow down.
Remind me, do you know the title of the video on YouTube? I'd like to include that link on the report.
Why don't you watch it, pig?
The YouTube creator is like, again, we feel like we've tried the whole way through to do the right thing here.
This entire time, Bricks and Minifigs, they say they've been trying to do the right thing the whole time, and it's literally just been as easy as give the dude his Legos back. Like, they're just sitting in an empty store right now that you guys aren't even planning on selling them anymore. It'd be so easy for you just to give them back, but that would fix this whole thing.
Everything.
But they didn't. So, wait. So it's because they've caused so much like punitive damage now. Like they've put Brian on medication. He's been having panic attacks.
What a shame.
Tried ruining his whole life and all this other stuff. Now it's a little bit more complicated than just giving the Legos back now. Basically, our lawyers are saying that this is going to be a slam dunk case. We could just get millions and millions of dollars out of them.
I hope they do.
And just basically bankrupt their entire
I hope
company.
they do.
So Bricks and Minifigs will get completely destroyed. Or
dang, that sounds insane.
We've given them another easy way now. They can say that they're sorry by doing the chicken dance. And I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once they do the chicken dance, then I will know that Bricks and Minifigs is sorry. And we can finally move on to the next video series. It'll be awesome. But it's weird. Bricks and Minifigs still hasn't done the chicken dance yet, which to me makes me feel like they think doing the chicken dance will cause them hundreds of millions of dollars worth of damage. They're that scared of doing the chicken dance. They think that by them doing the chicken dance, it's probably, I don't know, but they think that's a worse decision than destroying their $100 million company and all of the innocent franchises that have nothing to do with this. They think it's worth destroying all their franchises just so they don't have to do the chicken dance. Well, time is running out and they have 1 week left as of me posting this video right now. And then there's going to be
third thing. So right now it's just give the Legos back and do the chicken dance. But if they wait one more week, then they're going to have to do 3 things. But whatever this street is, it's the street Joshua Johnson lives on. They will have to rename this street Reckless Ben Street. That way every time Josh drives home, he's going to have to see, oh, I live on Reckless Ben Street now. This sucks, you know? Yeah, just as they're stacking the charges to throw us in jail forever, we're stacking the list of demands before they can get out of this mess.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and we're just going to keep stacking them until their whole company's destroyed.
Yeah, we're going to stack it week after week, month after month, year after year.
Yeah, even infinity after infinity. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep stacking those lists of demands all the way up and never stop it. Give the Legos back. It won't stop until the Legos. Anyways, subscribe to Patreon. You'll get to see lots of behind the scenes, like full interviews. I just posted a full interview of us talking to the chief of police.
Man, you got screwed. Right? So we're just trying to right the wrong. Whatever that looks like.
Basically, he's saying that his police department messed up, and the whole interview's on Patreon. Also, part 4 is halfway filmed. We're almost done filming part 4. It's gonna be the most insane video we've ever filmed in our entire lives. Tell him, Victor. So. Yeah, no spoilers. It kind of sucks because we're still undercover in part 4, but part 4 is gonna be super sick. Everyone's saying that the Lego videos are wrapping up. I think the Lego series is actually just started.
Well, guys, there you have it. When he drops part 4, we'll do it live just like the other ones. I'm going to go smoke and try and lower my blood pressure because it's through the freaking roof. Please like and subscribe. We're on the way to 200,000 this year. Next video's on Friday at 4 p.m. and I'll see you all next one. Peace.